to my shock, no, nothing prepared me for the Irish accent. So coming to Ireland now, I thought it's going to be 2 hours. 35 minutes. Even 30 minutes. They use the 5 minutes to be thanking the choir. The weather. Oh, since it is Ireland and it is the home of Guinness, maybe they'll have Malta Guiness, brethren. And then you see some that will not even extend the thank you. They'll be like, thank you so much, thank you, you're very good. I'm like, wow. Cigarettes, tobacco. When I'm breathing, I'll be like, and I came here and every walking step, smoke, cigarette. Hey you, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited about this particular video. This is one that I have thought of for the longest to do, but just did not know how to, put it all together. But now I have sat with myself and thought this through, and this is about culture shock that I experienced coming into Ireland for the first time as a Nigerian. I've lived in Nigeria all my life, from when I was born till like, when did I move to Ireland? 2021. I practically haven't crossed border, and this is the first time I was crossing border. And in this video I will just be taking you through everything I experienced as I landed, basically, like as I stepped foot in the country. My journey to where I was, if I was like going to this place or that place, all the things that I picked up. Let me call this like my initial culture shocks, or my first impression culture shock. Something within those lines. I know you get the gist. Oh, this is going to be exciting, I tell you. The first thing I experienced landing into Ireland, bam, was the weather. Oh, I came in September of 2021. Just coming in, I'm coming from somewhat, no, what am I saying? What somewhat? I'm coming from a warm area, a warm part of the world, into Europe. It's like completely different. The weather wasn't bad now because it was coming from summer into fall. Now, because I've spent a couple of years in Ireland now, I can say that the cold that I experienced back then wasn't as much, but because of that location change, it was so immediate. It was cold to me, but it was such that if I wear a sweatshirt, that would be okay for the day. But it's not even the cold now, it's the wind. The wind is cold. The weather per day is very, very inconsistent. In the morning by 8 o'clock it's sunny, then by 9:30 it's raining, then 9:45 it's sunny again. And then after the weather now was meeting the people at the airport, because I was coming in as a student. The first stand that I saw at the airport was my college stand, because they had said that when we do land in Ireland, we should approach the student stand at the airport. So I went there, and shock, it was the English. That was the second thing. That was the second culture shock that I experienced. Now, because I grew up watching like sitcoms, learning British English because, colonization. I would watch sitcoms that had American English, so I was used to the accent. And then because we were being taught British English, and I knew how that sounded and I could understand that. But nothing prepared me for the Irish accent. Nothing. Because, fun fact, and I've said this in one of my videos before, I did not know that Ireland was a country. I only got to know during my undergrad college education fair. So I was not familiar with a country as Ireland. Like, I did not know much, because in fairness now, I don't listen to news, but like there wasn't as much news like as I would hear from like USA, Canada, Germany, the popular ones. But nothing prepared me for the Irish accent. And then I'm going to the counter. Now, the person that attended to me, I could hear her fine. I'll say hers was polished. But then the people that I could hear around the airport, people waiting for people, the accent was different. It was different. Oh, are you coming with you? Yeah. I'm even doing a bad impression. Yeah, is there coming over here? Oh, okay, that's grand. Oh, okay. Something within those lines, but it was different. I could pick up the words, but it was a different accent to what I know of to be like English accent. Do you understand? So after the person attended to me, then this now leads me to the third culture shock, which was the bus. So she had arranged the bus to take me to where I would be going to. So I went to the to the car park, waited for the bus. And before I even took the particular bus, I was just looking at the cars passing, and I noticed that the driving was on the right hand side. Brethren, all my life, I knew the steering wheel of the car to be on the left hand side, and this time it was on the right hand side. So I was looking, I was like, what? So my brain was already, I was like, what? What? So that, and then when the bus arrived, just to be sure, the bus, it opened up, and then I was like, it's actually on the right hand side. It was so weird, like so weird. I'm like, and then also the fact that there was no shuttle, because in Nigeria we would have like what we call keke napep. I was already expecting that maybe it would be like a taxi kind of thing, but I was like, it was not as much of a culture shock. Not seeing the shuttle and all, but I felt that there will be something of that. I did strongly feel, I don't know why, that there'll be something of that kind. And the worst was when I wanted to go like short distance and I had to walk. So the fact that there was no shuttle and you can only have access to the buses even for short distances was like a culture shock. And the driving on the right hand side, huge shocker. When I'm speaking to someone that is Irish and I'm like, oh, you guys drive on the right hand side, and then they make like this cheeky joke like, yeah, it's the right side. Like, it's the right side. If you're on the left, you're on the wrong side. So yeah, we are doing it the right way because it's on the right, something cheeky like that. Then coming down from the bus, I noticed that people that got to their stop would say thank you to the bus driver. And I'm like, where I was coming from, I was flying yellow bus yellow bus to Lekki, and you just shout "Owa," or you just even vex. You just like, I don't reach you, come down and be going your way. There's no thank you to anybody, any bloody person. If you like, let it be BRT. There's no thank you whatsoever. And then this one, you're coming down from your stuff, you're like, thank you so much. And then you see some that will not even extend the thank you. They'll be like, thank you so much, thank you, you're very good. Oh wow, I'm like, wow, that's actually very demure, that's very polite. When it was my own stop too, and I came down knowing fully well that I had this box and that box, and the driver helped me to put it in the boot below the bus, and they helped me bring it out. So me too, I followed them and say thank you, because obviously you have to blame. I was like, yeah. So yeah, it's a good habit to copy. Then walking on the road, PDA, public display of affection. I'm talking kissing, I'm talking smooshing on the road. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in Nigeria. No, I don't know about now, but it doesn't happen. So I came down from the bus, dragging my ungongo and ungongo, going through the, and then I'm seeing somebody that is just in La La Land. What am I even saying? Even when the bus was moving, looking through the window, I'll just be saying, I was like, I was like, wow. It doesn't happen. So seeing that, I was like, okay, it doesn't happen in Nigeria. So I'll call that the fifth culture shock I experienced. I think this is going in chronological order, exactly as I landed, everything I was experiencing. And then walking through the road as well. Oh Lord, when I was in Nigeria, if I perceived the smell of cigarettes, tobacco, when I'm breathing, I'll be like, so when I perceive it, I'll know that, okay, that is cigarette, and then I'll do to try to exhale it. Then I'll stop breathing and walk past that place as fast as I can so that I can breathe fresh. And then I came here. And I came here, and every walking step, smoke, cigarettes. So I'm like, Jesus. So you can imagine anyone I pass, I mean, and because there's no awareness, you will not know. Something I will not. So the person could finish taking the cigarette and quenching it out, and I won't know that they had smoked something. Or I'm just beside someone who had just finished smoking, and then the smell is there. I don't like the smell. I don't like the smell. I'm walking through the streets of Dublin, because I was in Dublin now, walking through the streets of Dublin, and I'm like, just like, I was like, Jesus is Lord. So all of that, I'm like, it's cold, but I cannot even breathe. I'm like, oh no, I don't recommend, no. So that was another culture shock for me, because back home, there's rarely anyone like smoking on the streets. The only parts you see it is like where there's like proper agberus, or like hoodlums, or like, people that just, or even when you're at the club or something. But not everywhere on the road. But should I call this number 6 culture shock? Is it 6 or 7? I've lost count now. Then also walking by the street, I noticed that there are really lovely people, lovely Irish people, because I would, if I want directions, you just came here, they want to like immediately initiate a conversation, help you out, like, oh, where are you going to? I'm going to let me, which place should I say? I'm going to Inchicore, for example. You're going to, you just turn left, yeah, you just turn left, and then you go right, you see, it just takes you straight up. And like, when they're saying that, they're saying it in a jovial way, happy, like chilled, like they're willing to help. Well, I won't say it's a culture shock. If I was lost in Nigeria, there'll be good people on the road anyways, but there's just how the Irish say it. This one, the Irish, is a bit too friendly, because you're just like, oh, you're looking for, yeah, it's just around. I'm like, where is this energy coming from? They just want, no. So that's when I knew like they're very friendly and friendly set of people. And then stopping by to get something to eat, as I was famished. This layover flight was Turkey, so Turkey to Ireland, and the food wasn't great, in all honesty. Trying to have something to eat, and then stopping by a restaurant. I saw that they don't have a lot of variety when it comes to food options. Back home, we have Irish potatoes. I think that's the only thing I knew about Ireland, Irish potatoes. And then my dad also told me, oh, Guinness, Hap Guinness. So I was like, okay, potato Guinness, that's it. So I came here hoping to see like a variety, and I noticed that there's more like Indian cuisine, Chinese cuisines, Thai food, Italian food, things like that. But the Irish food, I think, is just mainly meats of pork, beef, chicken, and then potato, different species of potato. Potatoes could come fried or boiled or steamed, anyone you want to call it. There's only so much you could make from the standard Irish staple food, if you understand what I mean. But in Nigeria, there's like rice, beans, yam, and then vegetables that we would use for different kinds of soup and stew. And then for refreshments, because I thought, since it is Ireland and it is the home of Guinness, maybe they'll have Guinness, Malta Guiness. Yeah, maybe they'll have Malta Guiness. Brethren, they did not have Malta Guiness. As I spent months in Ireland, I realized that Malta Guiness, you can find that in the African shops. But if you go to the bar in Ireland, you won't see Malta Guiness. You'll just see the Guinness, the pints, the bitter one, that I call it bitter one because it's bitter to me. But I expected them to have like the Malta Guinness, because it's still Guinness. Do you understand? But they don't have Malta Guinness in the Guinness bar. So that was shocking, because I like Malta Guinness. It's non-alcoholic. It's sweet. It's like, yeah. So it was just shocking that they did not have that. Even I thought maybe it was like something that they make as well, especially because Guinness Nigeria has that on their promotional pack and their sales things, things like that. So expected them to have, but they didn't have that. So another culture shock there in the food/drink. So yeah, cheers. And then after settling in and maybe trying to get by the day, attending the church in Ireland. So because obviously you've spent 1 week, let me go to church, and I'm Catholic. I knew this before I even came to Ireland, that majority of the religion practiced is Catholicism, Christianity as well. So I went to the Catholic church, thinking that to be like the one at home Catholic religious practice they would say is universal. So everything was still the same. The Stations of the Cross thing was still the same. The altar is still the same, at the middle, everything, the pew, everything is it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It's like the church back home. But attending the mass, there was no clapping, there was no coming to celebrate with you at the back, nothing like that. Praise and worship, no thanksgiving, everything that makes my Catholic church at home buzz, it wasn't there. And then the church time in the Catholic church at home is 2 hours, maximum 2 hours 30 minutes, but they keep it at 2 hours most of the time. I will classify that as the lowest amount of time spent in church on a Sunday, because other denominations will spend like about 3 hours or more. So coming to Ireland now, I thought it's going to be 2 hours. No, to my shock, 35 minutes. And this was 2021, yeah. So we are just coming out of COVID. And then over time now, when I attend the church now in recent times, now that COVID is over, thank God, I still notice that it's still within the time frame. Maximum 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Or before 45 minutes, you're out. I'm like, wow. So it was very shocking to me as a Catholic. And then also, majority of the population that go to mass are older people. Where are the youths then? Where are the youngins? Because back home, the youths, Sion is very active, at least in my own parish. So coming here, I was like, where are the youths? They're supposed to be doing things like doing the altar servants or like ushering and all of that, but it's only the old population that do all of that. So those are the culture shocks, which I believe are 10 in number now. Yeah, those are the culture shocks that I experienced firsthand in Ireland, first time. I'll try to think deep and see if there's any more, but as for now, that would be it. And if you're just seeing me for the first time, my name is Cynthia, also known as Cyrilna, and I am a multi-talented content creator. And as a content creator, I create moments that excite me or things that I have knowledge about or interest in, which I believe will be of maximum interest to you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I would like to discuss with you in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye.